Hey everybody, welcome to video number 7 in Project 3030, 30 videos in 30 days. I want to share with you guys my experience with bullet journaling after doing it for all of 2021. Yeah, 365 days, and I'm still going strong with another bullet journal for 2022. Now I'm going to go over what bullet journaling is, how it can be used, how it benefited me over the year, and what I learned about my personal journaling needs, and some tips to start your own bullet journal. And I'm also going to send someone a brand new bullet journal just like mine to help you get started. So stick around to the end and see how to win. So bullet journaling first hit the internet in 2013 and was proposed by a guy named Ryder Carroll. You know, it's a super simple, or it can be very complex if you want it to be, but it's a method of organizing and planning out your life, right? Like if you have a lot of tasks and stuff to do like I do, it is so freaking helpful. Now around 2017 is when it really got popular, and now bullet journaling is like its own niche here on YouTube. Now some people, they're very bare bones, like I kind of am. I didn't start out that way, but some people are also super creative and artistic in their journals, and it's pretty cool to look at. But that's not for everyone. Now, it could be for you, but it's not for me. A bullet journal, or as the influencers say, bujos, but I ain't saying that. They can be very simple and are completely customizable. You can plan and track only what you need because you're the designer, you're the publisher of your own journal. Some of the things that bullet journaling can be used for is like to help you be more productive. That's the number one thing for me. But it also can assist you in keeping track of things you don't need to miss or you need to get done by a certain time. And it can help you live healthier by tracking things like your diet, if you do fasting, or how well you're eating, maybe exercising, meditation, what about time with family. You can also use it to track your nightly sleep quality and mood, and how some habits might be affecting other habits or factors in your life. Now early on, I was really doing some pretty detailed tracking, as you guys can see here. And it was really a lot of fun to start with, and I learned a lot about myself and how my workouts, how my sleep, and how my work at the fire department and things like that were affecting my overall mood, and where it might be affecting my workouts, how well I ate and things like that. So it was really pretty cool. But something else really neat about it is years from now, this will be pretty cool to go back and look on. So now I want to talk about what I learned about my personal journaling needs, because a lot has changed since the first few months in my first journal to my journal I have now. The first thing I learned was to keep it simple. You don't have to create and log more data just to make your journal look good, right? I want my journal to perform for me, right? I want it to help me keep track of my stuff and make sure I don't forget about tasks I have to do, or times I have to be places, or if I'm planning on my calendar months down the road, I want it to help me with that. I don't want there to be so much to do in my journal, like all the tracking and stuff, that it becomes more of a chore than an actual tool. So all that taught me that I need to stick to my purpose, and the purpose of my journal is to improve my productivity and to help me not forget things. Now at first I thought my bullet journal could serve as a lot of different purposes, so I filled it with different trackers, charts, idea boards, and stuff like that I saw other people had in their journals when I was looking on YouTube and Instagram and stuff. But now I figured out just what I need in my journal. So if you're interested in starting your own bullet journal, here are a few tips I want to share with you guys. First, determine your purpose, and don't be scared to start with whatever you think you will enjoy to keep track of it. If you want to do all the trackers, that's fine. Start with that because you might enjoy it. You may be able to keep up with it, but you may find that, okay, maybe I don't need to use those. Then since the journal is so customizable, if you want to stop doing those, you can, and it doesn't mess anything up. It still works. It's very fluid. It won't take long for you to see what parts of the journal are valuable to you and what are not. Now, remember that it's flexible, and it's up to you what you track. So if you have an idea, try it for a month. If you see something cool that someone else is doing in their journal, give it a try. You want to maybe draw in your journal. Are you artistic? Maybe you want to draw on your monthly planner page, or your weekly page, or on every other page. Go for it, right? And also remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. If you make a mistake, yeah, it is ink and it is permanent in here, so you may have to cross it out or either tear the page out, which I found myself doing a few times. But my bullet journal is far from perfect, so if you mess up, don't worry about it. Now, maybe you missed a day or two on your tracker. Well, who cares? Pick back up where you left off, or reevaluate if that's something that you really want to continue tracking. Now, if you get caught up in being perfect, you're going to quit bullet journaling because your journal's never going to be perfect. Mine is, like I said, far from perfect, but it is still super valuable to me. Now, something else is, don't jump on YouTube or Instagram and then start comparing your bullet journal to other journalists. Because some of those people, the girls and some of the guys, they spend a ton of time making things just right and those folks are incredibly talented. Now, what you need to compare is how organized and productive you are with your bullet journal compared to before you started bullet journaling. Now, if you find that you're slacking from your bullet journal because it's taking too much time, hey, slow down, simplify it. You know, if having less spreads and less different fancy pages and trackers means that you'll save time and keep journaling, then nix those ideas and keep going, because the benefits of journaling are still very real. Next, I would suggest you get on YouTube or Instagram even and search for bullet journaling spreads, right? There's a ton of different spreads that you can implement and just add to your bullet journal. Now, I started with a bunch, but now I only really just use a few. Like, my main use is my yearly calendar, my monthly planner, and then I have my daily tasks. But I also have things like books I've read over the year and events to remember, and I have a page of reconnects. Let me show you here, because this is last year's where I did a lot of the reconnects. Here we go. Boom. Reconnect. So I have a list of a bunch of my friends who I haven't talked to in a while. Then I created a few different columns where I would write the date that I reached out to them, and then I had a column where I would have some notes on what we talked about, maybe some updates to their life I didn't know about, and now I can follow back up with them in this journal and, you know, just see how they're doing, because sometimes you tend to lose connection with people over the years, and, you know, I thought it would be a great thing to get up with folks, right? I also have a quick business and YouTube contacts page in here, and I have a brain dump where I'll just like jot down some interesting ideas I have. Maybe it's a t-shirt design or some funky adventure that I want to go on. You know, just any interesting ideas that might come along. Now, before I just went and jumped into my journal and started making a bunch of spreads and pages and stuff, I kind of got an idea up from YouTube and Instagram of what type of pages I wanted, and then I took one of these little pads and I tore out a bunch of pages and I wrote down all the different spreads or layouts that I wanted on my pages. Then I stapled them together, so it gave me an idea of how I wanted to order things in my journal. That really helped, and I would totally suggest you doing that, because you don't want to make some big mistakes and stuff, and it really helps if you have something that you can literally flip through, you know, to say, okay, this is how I want my bullet journal laid out. Then I just started journaling, and I never looked back. Only onward and upward and more productive. Now, if you don't win the free journal that I'm giving away, I want to give you some tips for buying your first journal. Now, a bullet journal is a bullet journal because the pages actually have bullets on them, right? They don't have lines. So make sure that you get a journal with bullets. And also, don't get one that is too big or too thick. My first bullet journal, this thing was 5 7/8 inches by 8.5 inches, and it was 240 pages. Now, I only ended up using about 120 pages of it. But this year's bullet journal is a little bit smaller, but it's also only 160 pages. I wanted something a little smaller and a little lighter so I can easily bring it with me when I'm traveling or when I'm out on an adventure. Now, next thing is to get a nice pen. I don't mean like a super expensive pen, just a pen that writes well and feels well to you. I like the Pilot G2 05s. Now, they write really well, and they're nice and clear, and they have a very fine tip. That's why it's the 05, very fine tip, which makes things look neater, I think, especially with my not so great handwriting. Now, I bought a box of 12, and I have about 9 or 10 left still. So that's pretty good. Did pretty good over the course of a year and 2 months, right? Okay, if you want that new journal, well, thanks for sticking around to the end. You deserve it. So to enter to win, be sure to leave a thumbs up to this video and drop a comment below, starting with hashtag giveaway. And in a few days, I'll randomly pick a winner. All right, thanks for watching. Get out there and God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow for video 8. Love you. Appreciate you watching.